All right, Robert, you said that as an author, you have to believe the story style that you choose. So if you're choosing the classical form or you're choosing the anti-classical or minimalist, do you really believe that life is minimalist or anti-classical? And do you experience it that way? Or what do you do in writing that story?
The decision, if you've read my book, of course, and you've or attended my lectures, I put story into a triangle of formal possibilities. The classical, the top, minimalism in one corner, anti-structure in another corner. And as I say in lecture, there's a natural address for every writer somewhere on that pyramid. Some writers, by nature, are exclusively classical because that's how they see life. Full of external conflict, full of real powerful turning points outwardly, and an ending that answers all questions and satisfies all emotion. Some writers, their sense of story is more minimalistic in that they're more concerned about inner conflicts in their characters than they are in external conflict. The dynamic is interior rather than exterior. The ending is satisfying, but often questions are left unanswered. On the other hand, there are people who see life as absolutely absurd. I mean, when the Pythons made Monty Python and the Holy Grail, that vision of absurdity in that film is how those guys think. They see life in that absolutely silly, crazy, mixed up, multiple realities colliding and whatnot, and that it's all ultimately a nonsense. They didn't choose anti-structure. They see life anti-structured, okay? And so which corner of the triangle or anywhere in between the writer chooses, how classical, how minimalist, how anti-structured, is really the result of a natural bent within the nature of the writer, how they tend to see life, inwardly, outwardly, absurdly. And that is something that every writer has to decide, how they see life. Now, the other consideration is a commercial one. Even though a writer may see life anti-structured or minimalist or whatever, they've learned, perhaps from hard experience, that most human beings see life in a classical way. And therefore, if you want to write a work that will find a big readership, be a bestseller, be a hit movie, hit play, or whatever, it better not be either minimalist or anti-structured, because those qualities of storytelling tend to shrink the audience. And so even though somebody really sees life in a minimalist way as a deep struggle within a human being in which very little shows outwardly, they may still end up twisting their feelings into a classical design in order to obey the commercial imperative. An honest writer would not do that. They will struggle to find the readership or the audience that is appropriate to their sense of life, but artists who are more or as concerned with popularity and financial success will often distort the way they see things in order to move toward the classical. But that's an ethical choice. If you really see life at the bottom of the triangle and you know that people in large numbers will not go to those works, then you have an ethical choice as to whether or not to write in the classical. Otherwise, it's a very personal choice, got nothing to do with ethics, has everything to do with just your personal sensibility and how you respond to the life around you and within you.